Welcome to Technology Thursdays with Dre and Smiley. Yo, Smiley, what's going on with technology today?
Man, did you see they had the CEO of TikTok was in front of Congress and they was
Yeah,
drilling him. The
yeah.
Congress or the Americans, we believe that the Chinese are influencing our young adults, our young people through TikTok. And
Mm,
we're trying to say that they're spying on Americans and it was just incredible to have the CEO of this major global company there
mm,
defending his actions and things like that. So, do you use
mm.
TikTok?
Well, here's the thing. I don't have it on my phone, right?
Mm.
But my kids have it, and so I get on their phones to look at it and see that type of thing. Um, and so that begs the question, why I don't have it, right? And I'll tell you. I'll tell you why. I don't know. I've read a couple things that give me pause. One of the things is that in China, and I'm not sure how accurate this is, in China, TikTok, the content consists of educational videos, right? That's the requirement, only educational videos. And there's a time restriction that I believe is an hour, right?
Hmm.
So all the children, whoever else is using TikTok, they're being enriched, right? With educational content. Here in the US, it's the polar opposite, right? You open up, it's open up to the world, and you know you can be on there from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, and you can find something that's educational to something that's divisive, or whatever the case is. That's one reason to have a bit of pause with TikTok, and I want to get your feedback on this too in a second. Another is, is China spying on us? I don't know. But my guess is that, anyone who has the ability to spy on another country they'd be crazy not to, right? Um, how, what do you think about that? You think
I,
that's fair,
I
right?
think everyone's spying on everybody. I mean, Snowden already with technology, everybody's spying.
Exactly, exactly. So is TikTok being used for that too?
Elon's covering the world with satellites. You know he's spying on China. He's spying on everybody, and it's not because he
Exactly.
intentionally. It's because you can. Why are you spying on me? Because I can. Why are you
Because you
looking in my
can.
neighbor's window? Because it's open.
It's open.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like I
Right,
was
right.
walking down to look at you, but heard these sounds. I just looked in the window.
Right, right.
Remember that song? Who's that looking in the window?
That's right, right, right.
Pow!
Exactly.
Nobody down.
Exactly, exactly. And then during the I guess it was called a congressional hearing. I'm not sure how you would label it. I was listening to the bits and pieces of the CEO. He's like, one of the questions they asked was, is our information being shared with the Chinese government? And his response was something to the effect of, to my knowledge, we've never shared anything. Anytime a response starts off with, to my knowledge,
Well, but
you
but
know, that,
but let's take off the Chinese hat and the American hat. But if someone government official comes and subpoena your data, they subpoena the Dre and Smiley podcast server. What do you do?
celebrate because we'll get a lot of publicity.
Exactly,
I'd
we'll
love
be
it.
famous. But to our knowledge, because we so far below the radar, ain't nobody listening to
Right,
us.
right.
But I mean, not on the government level, but if they come and
Right.
say, I want your data, what we gonna do? We
Right.
gonna give it to them. So
Yeah.
China's doing the
Give it
same
to
thing
them.
the US is saying. And the
Yeah.
only thing I challenge is I would think with TikTok for young people under 21, under 18, you should be able to put like parental controls so you can filter what they look at. So maybe you want them only to have educational content or inspirational music. Let the parent control that till they're 18 and then they can do what they want. But we should be able, that should be an easy solution. We do that on Facebook. You control kid content. I would imagine you could do it on Instagram. So why would TikTok be any different than the rest? I mean, everyone's spying, and you don't have
Mm.
to look at the people dancing. You can make them listen
Right,
to
right.
some financial information or educational stuff. That's
right.
what I
I
think.
think to your point, I think anyone who believes that a country or an entity that has the opportunity to collect data is going to pass on that opportunity is not being realistic. You know, that's what spying is. You're collecting data. Who knows how it's going to be used? Um, and I think we as consumers have to be mindful of that because you know who knows how it's going to be used in the future. One thing I'll say too is, have you seen Social Dilemma?
I didn't watch the movie. I know it's
You
about
haven't seen it yet.
Zuckerberg or Facebook and all that stuff. The
It's a good one, man.
Winklevoss.
Social Dilemma. And I believe I have the right name. It's on Netflix. And it talks about the impact of social media, right? And how it negatively impacts our communities. If anyone hasn't had a chance to see that movie on Netflix, check it out. It's a good one. It's a good one. Any final thoughts, Smiley, before we wrap this
I
up?
say, data, final thoughts are data is the new gold. It's the new currency.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we owe it to ourselves to protect, like we protect our wallet that had our money in it when we had money, like
Mm,
we protect our
mm,
credit cards to make sure somebody on the other side of the planet doesn't steal our identity. We got to be just as
hmm.
vigilant and disciplined about our personal data as we've been about our
Hmm.
physical currency, because that's the new currency. Because I don't want some dude in Zimbabwe saying I'm Smiley and he's buying stuff on my limited credit. So we gotta and the same thing with social media. I don't want you feeding me
Yeah.
crazy madness. I'm gonna set this filter so I can get the financial information, the Dre and Smiley podcast, but I don't want all this other background noise. It's like you go to the
Yeah.
library, you go to the rows which you're interested in, but you don't read everything. And I look at social media like that, another forum for us to selectively decide what we want to receive and kill all the background noise.
Love it. All right. Hope everyone's having a great week, and we'll catch you on the next one.